He joked about the elder ones and became the punchline forever.
Long before microphones, spotlights, and 2-drink minimums, laughter echoed through caves thanks to a man named Grok. Grok wasn't a warrior, a hunter, or even a good fire starter. What he had was timing, sarcasm, and an uncanny ability to mimic the mammoth snore of the tribe's biggest sleeper. While others fought saber-toothed cats or chased wild boars, Grok honed his craft by tripping over mammoth bones and pretending he meant to do it. He was what modern folks might call a stand-up comedian, though standing was optional in his time and the stage was often the flat rock with fewer ants. Each night, after the hunt was done and the flames licked at the darkness, the tribe gathered around the communal fire to trade stories, chew dried lizard meat, and swat mosquitoes the size of baby turtles. That's when Grok would rise, sometimes intentionally, and unleash a series of gestures, noises, and exaggerated imitations that left the tribe howling, not with terror, but with laughter. He roasted the hunters who missed their spears. He pantomimed the village children's tantrums. He once did an entire bit about a squirrel stealing a loincloth, which became so popular that people stopped tying their garments near trees just in case. But Grok's true downfall began when he tackled Taboo, the elder. Chief Muck, the tribe's most respected member, and the only person to survive 3 mammoth stampedes and a romantic relationship with the porcupine, was revered like a demigod. Muck's beard alone had been used to measure seasons. His cough was interpreted as prophecy. His naps were sacred and not to be disturbed. Naturally, Grok saw him as irresistible material. One night, fueled by overconfidence and fermented root juice, Grok launched into a set that would change the history of prehistoric entertainment. He began by mimicking Muck's walk, slow, hunched, and with a grunt every 5 steps. The tribe chuckled nervously. Then came Muck's speeches, which Grok reenacted as endless streams of nonsensical grumbles punctuated by long silences and accidental farts. Before sun go up and moon fall in the time of scratchy leaf, we must respect the ways of the hairless wolf, Grok cried, waving a bone dramatically. The audience burst into uncontrolled laughter. Even the kids, who had never laughed before without falling off something, giggled. But Muck, who had been dozing with his face dangerously close to the fire, woke to hear the tail end of Grok's impersonation. And then Muck say, "Let us marry the mammoth, he warm and never talk back." Silence fell harder than a coconut off a high palm. Muck rose, his eyes squinting beneath the weight of 1,000 wrinkles. He looked around slowly, let out a sigh that smelled like fermented badger, and said nothing. He merely pointed at Grok with a finger that had seen too many winters. What followed is still debated by tribal historians, of which there are none. Some say Grok was immediately tackled by Muck's most loyal defenders, who believed honor could only be restored by a ceremonial nibbling. Others claim the tribe, fearing Muck's silent wrath, offered Grok as a peace snack to the local saber-toothed cat. But the most popular theory is this. Grok, realizing his comedic fate, tried to turn the whole event into performance art. He mimed his own chase, trip, and eventual chewing with such physical precision that even Muck chuckled right before giving the signal to feed the joke to the jungle. And so, Grok became legend, not just as the first stand-up comic, but as the first canceled performer in history. Not canceled on social media, but through literal digestion. In the seasons that followed, storytelling evolved. Humor became safer. Jokes were confined to mammoth-related accidents and non-specific grunting. Elders were never impersonated again, unless you wanted to join Grok in the heavily digested Hall of Fame. Still, in some caves, scratched into rock behind ancient paintings of buffalo and oddly large feet are images of a man holding a bone like a microphone standing beside a fire with the words, translated loosely, Grok. He made fire laugh. Fire burned him back.